Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, there's this invisible force working against you? People whose envy and wickedness seem determined to steal your peace and happiness? It's a harsh reality many face, but few openly talk about. What if I told you there's a powerful prayer, rooted deep in the Bible, that acts like a spiritual fortress around your life? A prayer that calls upon angels and divine protection to drive away those dark forces lurking in the shadows. This isn't just another feel-good message or vague spiritual advice. It's a battle-tested shield that's helped countless people reclaim their joy and security. The truth might surprise you. Sometimes the fiercest battles we fight aren't with swords or words, but with prayer and faith. And in this moment, you're invited to discover a profound secret: how Psalm 36 offers not only protection but hope, strength, and an unshakable foundation against the wicked. Get ready to dive into a prayer that doesn't just ask for protection but demands it, transforming your spiritual life and empowering you to live fearlessly, no matter the storms around you. Curious? Let's unlock this ancient wisdom together. Psalm 36 unfolds like a shield, a heartfelt prayer aimed at pushing away those dark forces in life. People whose envy and evil don't just hurt feelings, but tear at the very fabric of our daily peace. Imagine waking up every day knowing there's a spiritual armor standing between you and those who spread destruction. This isn't just poetic. It's a real-life battle many face quietly, feeling the weight of wickedness creeping in. These wicked people aren't just random nuisances. They're like storms brewing under calm skies, ready to drench your joy with bitterness and suspicion. They might be colleagues, acquaintances, or even hidden foes lurking behind smiles, plotting to unravel your work, relationships, or reputation. The Bible often points to their subtlety, showing that evil rarely announces itself. It hides, waits, and strikes when least expected. Praying Psalm 36 is like flipping a spiritual switch that says, "Not today." It calls on divine strength to break the grip of envy and malicious intent. This prayer invites everyone to not just hope for protection, but to actively seek it by connecting with the angels and God's Word. And speaking of angels, did you know you can ask for their guidance daily to help recognize and keep away these subtle threats? Wicked people have a sneaky way of wreaking havoc that's more than just surface-level drama. They target the very core of your life. Think about how rumors can quietly dismantle friendships, or how toxic vibes at work can suddenly threaten your position. Their damage isn't always obvious, but it's painfully real, like a slow leak in a tire that can leave you stranded when you least expect it. What makes these individuals even more dangerous is their ability to wear masks, playing the role of a friend or supporter while secretly plotting harm. It's like they carry a hidden agenda wrapped in charm, making it hard to spot the danger until you're already caught in their trap. The Bible warns us to be wise and discerning, praying for eyes to see beyond the surface, much like asking angels for spiritual clarity. On a practical note, protecting yourself means setting clear boundaries and tuning in to your instincts. For example, journaling daily about interactions can reveal patterns of manipulation or envy that aren't obvious at first. Combining this with prayer creates a powerful shield, helping you keep your relationships, work, and reputation intact against those who wish to tear them down. This prayer in Psalm 36 is like a direct line to divine protection, where you're not just hoping for safety, but boldly asking God to dismantle the plans of those who mean harm. It's the kind of spiritual courage that lifts the heart and strengthens the soul, knowing you have a heavenly ally ready to intervene. When you pray, you're essentially inviting angels and God's power to surround you like an invisible fortress. What's beautiful here is the deep trust in God's justice and mercy, the belief that He sees every scheme and will not let the wicked win. It's not about ignoring reality or pretending harm doesn't exist. It's about shifting the battle to a spiritual level where no enemy can break through. This prayer acts as a powerful call for protection, cleansing the space around the faithful and sending darkness fleeing. To put this into practice, one could start by creating a daily ritual, maybe early morning or before sleep, where you recite Psalm 36 with intention, asking for protection and clarity. Pair it with quiet moments asking angels for guidance to spot danger early. This isn't just about words. It's about aligning your spirit with a protective force that's always on your side. In Psalm 36, the psalmist paints a vivid picture of God's love and justice, solid and unshakable like towering mountains, and vast and mysterious like the depths of the sea. This isn't just poetic imagery. It's a reminder that God's faithfulness is a steady rock in a world full of shifting tides. When wickedness threatens, it's this divine constancy that anchors the soul and offers real peace. This love and justice aren't passive qualities. They're active forces working behind the scenes, ensuring that good ultimately triumphs. Think about how mountains stand firm through storms. That's the kind of protection and steadfastness the psalmist is pointing to. It's reassuring to know that even when life feels overwhelming, the Bible reminds us of a power greater than any trouble or envy we face. Practically, leaning into this truth can transform how you handle conflict or setbacks. Meditate on verses about God's faithfulness. Try Psalm 36 verses 5 to 6 daily, and let those words reinforce your inner strength. It's like building a spiritual muscle that helps you stand tall, knowing that God's love is both a refuge and a source of justice for those who seek Him. There's something incredibly comforting about the image of finding refuge in the shadow of God's wings. It's as if you're nestled safely under a mighty protector, shielded from the jealous eyes and harmful intentions of the wicked. This metaphor reminds us that God's protection isn't distant or abstract. It's close, personal, and tender, like a mother bird sheltering her young from the storm. The wicked might roar with envy or throw their worst at you, but under this divine shelter, their efforts bounce off harmlessly. It's a spiritual sanctuary where peace grows even when chaos rages outside. Imagine the angels themselves standing guard in this sacred space, reinforcing the Bible's promise that no evil can penetrate when you're wrapped in God's care. To tap into this protection, practice envisioning yourself resting under God's wings during prayer or meditation. When envy or negativity creeps in, repeat this image as a shield, feeling the warmth and safety it brings. Over time, this simple but powerful visualization strengthens your faith and resilience against whatever wickedness tries to break through. The wicked are restless souls, constantly unsettled by the success and happiness of others. It's like watching someone throw a stone into a still pond. The ripples of joy in your life stir up their anger and envy. They don't just want to be unhappy themselves. They want to pull you down to their level, tearing apart the very things that make your life whole. This anger often disguises itself behind bitterness and sly actions, a toxic cocktail that spreads destruction quietly but effectively. In real life, you might notice this as gossip at work, jealousy in social circles, or even sabotage thinly veiled as concern. The Bible and angels remind us to pray for discernment, so we don't get caught in these subtle traps. Understanding this dynamic is empowering because it helps you not take their actions personally. Instead, see their unrest as a reflection of their own inner turmoil, not your worth. Holding on to that perspective, paired with prayer and faith, builds an unshakable shield, making you resilient to their attempts to dim your light. Imagine wicked people as dark clouds drifting across your sky, ominous at first, but eventually they vanish, leaving clear skies and sunlight behind. Psalm 30:6's prayer captures this beautiful hope that harmful people won't linger or settle in your life, but will simply pass through, powerless to cause lasting damage. It's a reminder that no storm lasts forever when God is in control. This vision offers more than comfort, it inspires action. When faced with envy or malice, you don't have to engage or retaliate. Instead, pray for their schemes to dissolve like mist at dawn. Picture angels guiding those clouds away, protecting your peace and paving the way for joy and growth. This spiritual image transforms your mindset from victim to victor. For practical steps, whenever negativity or manipulation shows up, consciously remind yourself that these influences are temporary. Pair this with prayer, asking God for the strength to remain steadfast. Over time, this practice builds a spiritual wall of fire around your life that keeps wickedness at bay, reinforcing the faith you've cultivated. Now that you've uncovered the powerful truths in Psalm 36, the real question is, how will you apply this knowledge to your life? What steps will you take today to surround yourself with that divine protection and keep the wicked at bay? Remember, prayer isn't just words, it's a lifeline, a daily practice that invites angels and God's presence into every corner of your life. So, what's stopping you from making this prayer a part of your routine? Take a moment and reflect. Have you noticed the subtle ways envy or negativity tries to creep in? How might embracing this prayer shift your perspective and shield your spirit? Your journey towards spiritual strength and peace starts with that single, courageous step. Don't let doubt hold you back. Lean into faith and watch how your life transforms. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe and activate notifications. That way, you'll continue receiving wisdom, encouragement, and spiritual tools to protect and uplift your soul every day. Let's walk this path together. Your breakthrough is just a prayer away.